And I put you on out here. All right, so now we hurry up and wait. See if anybody shows up. I imagine everybody's watching football. That, and I didn't really announce this, so. Hey, we got one. And we have none. E. I don't know if that counter is actually real accurate anyway. Y'all probably thought I dropped off the face of the earth. No videos. Well, I would work on this stuff behind me, but I am in the process of recording videos. So, there's another one popped in. Good evening. It is an evening. It's dark outside, so it's evening here. You West Coasters, though, probably won't have, probably still got some sunlight left. So I'll wait and see if a couple more people come in before I tell you what's been going on. What's been going on. As my Michigander friends would say. Excuse me. Shout out to my friend up in Michigan, Lori. I know she didn't watch any of this, but been a friend for many years. Probably, well, this is 20. So she's been a friend for almost 25 years. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Got one person, huh? Just hanging in there. Well, I guess let's show you what I've been working on. There is a, what's up, Terry? I've got a transfer case there behind me that I got brought. Let me pull you off the stand here and I'll flip you around and jerky face turn around here. This is one a buddy of mine brought, and it's seen its better days. As you can tell, that planetary gear is plumb gone out of there that holds the shaft, and this one got so bad it broke the inside of the case and pushed the ring gear up. If you guys ever been in a transfer case, this is a 246 new process gear. It's the auto transfer case, and I'm working on a couple videos for it. I got this one, and I got that one right there. That's a 263 that I'm working on. That one is for this one is for heavy half. And the difference is the transmissions. This has got a bigger splined input shaft on it than that one does over there, so they don't interchange. So I got to take this one apart to get the input shaft out of it, providing it's not damaged, and put it in the other one. And that's your about that technical difference. Back to Scarlett. I hope to be able to do something with it soon. Putting you back on the tripod if that you're wondering why you're so close to me. The of course, just like everybody else, the inflation is absolutely kicking my butt right now. So I definitely don't have any extra money to work on it. I'm trying to do my best. I've still got her. I think I'm going to break down and buy it. I am going to buy a cover for it until I can get after the body. Because if not, the Florida sun down here is just going to beat it to death. So, I've still got it. Like I said, I'm in the process. I've got a bunch of videos that I've recorded. Problem is I can't edit them because I built a new computer with more storage on it and more editing capabilities and what have you. But however, there's something wrong with the board. And I've got to send it in for repair. I got to send it out to Supermicro out there in California. And they said that they can fix it. So I'm going to let them try. I just haven't been able to get it there yet. But I don't have any room left to speak of on the... this microphone's about to kick my butt. I don't have any real room left to edit anything, so... Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's almost about the time this thing's been sitting. I bought the thing with good intentions, and, I was hoping to get some more sponsor deals or something like that through YouTube, and that never happened, so I still do it for fun more than anything. But, yeah, I still dream about it, still dream about one day being able to drive it. I'm just waiting for that dream to come true, and I think something will happen. But I see all these like third gen F bodies on Instagram and something like that. There's a bunch of followers that I follow that have got some really sweet third gens. It just tickles me to death to see a lot of the younger generation getting into it because they're great cars. To me, they are anyway. Of course, I've had several second gens, and I'd love to have another one of those too. But finding one of them that isn't all burn up. I missed that comment. Hey, Doc. Yeah, Thanksgiving was great. Um, had a good time. Mom come down for 2 weeks, and we just took her back to the airport yesterday, and I got to spend yeah, I ended up spending Saturday night in the hospital. I uh, I didn't feel good when I went to bed, and just my back hurt and my abs hurt, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And so I went to bed, and I woke up about 11:30, and I couldn't. It felt like my somebody was standing on my chest. It hurt so bad. My back was killing me. My abs hurt. I just couldn't get comfortable for the life of me. And I mean, I don't know. So I went in the kitchen and I took my blood pressure. Blood pressure was a little bit on the high side. I was like, well, maybe I'll be all right. And so I went and told the wife, and I woke her up and told her. I was like, I don't know. I went and checked it one more time, and it was even higher. It says, you know what? You better take me to the hospital. So we went to the hospital at 11:30 at night, and they got me right in. I don't know what they're saying about all these hospitals being overwhelmed with patients or something like that, but I didn't have any trouble getting in the ER at all. In fact, there wasn't anybody in there. Um, the staff was super helpful, um, just absolutely wonderful. But anyway, so they ran a battery of tests on me, and did an EKG and right away, and took my blood pressure. And she goes, "Was your blood pressure usually running high?" I says, "Well, no, it usually doesn't. It's usually around between 120 and 130 over like 80, something like that." So yeah, right. Uh, but so anyway, so I asked her, so what was my blood pressure? Because of course they measured it in there, and it was 195 over 120. And I'm like, holy crap. And I was like, well, she goes, we'll get you in there and get you figured out and so on and so forth. And so they run some more tests, took a bunch of blood, and they were looking for the church committee. Yeah, they never once did they ask me about a jab or anything like that. I mean, not once. So I was pleasantly surprised at that. So anyway, they basically did a bunch of tests, and they gave me some Pepsid and a shot of morphine, and gave me another like 20 milligram lisinopril, which I think mine are 40s because I'm on blood pressure medicine anyway. And within about an hour, I was starting to feel pretty good. And they come back and says, your ticker's fine. You never, and your blood work never shows. Girder doesn't take shit, sir. Yeah, I'd agree. Um, so they did the blood work come back, never showed any evidence of me having a heart attack or anything, and my EKG was good, and they said it was a attack of it was a gallstone attack. It's like interesting, but so the wife and I, neither one got much sleep Saturday night, or it was Friday night, not Saturday night, Friday night that this all happened. His mom was still in town. So yeah, neither one of us got much sleep Friday night. Uh, Last night, I was going to do a live stream for y'all, and I I did more fighting of the eyelids than anything else, and I couldn't get the damn thing to work. So about 8:45, I hit the sack, and I didn't wake up until 8:30 this morning. Uh, Man, I was beat. Yeah, that's why there's no show. But so I figured I'd get on here tonight and at least fill you all in, see if anybody shows up. Not a whole lot of you out there tonight, obviously. I only show one up there. Of course, I'm sure some of you think I just quit doing it altogether, which that's not the case at all. Just had a lot going on, and I've been fighting with this camper. Found out my camper had holes in it. Well, if you've seen my other videos, my roof's got a hole in it in the camper, and I had to take it in last Monday. And of course, the people that originally did the roof was Camping World, and I don't expect miracles out of them. But I figured I'd at least take it back to them with my insurance adjuster and say, hey, this ain't right. And it's not. It shouldn't have any holes in it. But they're saying it's because of lack of maintenance, where I call BS on that. And needless to say, when I got there, I found another hole in it. And then after they'd taken their pictures and everything, and I bought some patch kits so I could at least patch the holes so it doesn't cause any more damage, I found another hole in it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, it's just ridiculous. This thing is just falling apart, and I don't know what to do with it. I'm not ready to get rid of the camper yet, but it may come to the point where I'm just may have to sell it and take a loss on it, and let somebody know, hey, this is a fixer upper. I mean, it's going to need a roof first thing, and it's going to have a full strip down. I've watched. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not counting on miracles there, Doc. I'm really not. Um, I wish they would, but like I said, I'm not expecting miracles. So, we'll have to do it as it is. If I had somewhere to do it and they're backed out on it, I would do it myself. I would figure out a way to do it. There's a guy out there. I don't know if you guys watch any of that stuff, but AZ Expert James does. Of course, he's down in Arizona. He does a lot of roofs, and he does a lot of good videos on them. And now that I see that how everything goes together, I figured I could do it. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt for sure, especially with somebody my size. I don't like getting on that roof anyway, and although it will support me with no problem, I'm not looking forward to it. You know, it's probably better off I just sell it with the disclosure that, hey, it needs a roof and there's water damage. I mean, inside the camper, you don't hardly notice anything. There's no staining on the roof. There's no staining on the ceiling, rather. Um, just the back wall is soft behind the refrigerator and the pantry because it's all on the back wall of it. So, but yeah, the whole thing needs to come off and be redone the right way. Hey, Steven, there he is. What's going on, buddy? But it is what it is. I've been looking at campers, and the wife doesn't understand why. I've been looking at them for about 3 months or so, looking at different models and stuff, see see what's out there and what we could afford. And that's even if I can find a credit union that'll, uh, finance me. But yeah, anywho, it's so that's been taking a bunch of time. Plus, I had to rebuild the underside of the pin box around the pin where the pin is and everything. It was rotten from a wood leak. Oh, absolutely. Glad y'all could stop in. I appreciate it. It was. I haven't been out here for a while. Haven't even posted any video. Like I said, if you guys come in late on the video, the reason why is I am out of room on my hard drives to post any more videos at the moment. I've either got to delete them, which I don't want to do because they're kind of like a backup just in case something would happen. I can always repost them, if I have to, if something happens to my channel for some reason. But yeah, the market's terrible. Well, that's what I was just talking about, Steven. My new computer, I built it, um, got it up and running. We're setting up the BIOS and everything to get everything working the way it's supposed to, and shut it off to restart it. And it said nope. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I let it sit for a little bit and tried to power it on again, and it just clicked, and the fans just moved for just a split second, and uh, it it just won't come back on. So there's a reason why I bought a super micro board too, and the reason why is because they're a U.S. company. Well, they have one overseas, but Super Micro is they're based right there out of California. So I need to take the board out. I called him and said, "Hey, look, this is what this thing's doing. What can I do?" And he goes, "Well, you can take it out and send it to us. We should be able to fix it." Um, it said something about voltage regulators gone south or something like that. I don't know for sure, but I was so bummed because I had everything ready to go, had all the hard drives plugged in, was ready to load the operating system, and it goes poof. And I'm like, oh, come on. And if you were to buy something similar to that board brand new, you'd spend a couple of grand easy. I don't have that much wrapped up in that board. I contacted the people I got it from, and of course, I'm way beyond their warranty period for the DOA. So anyway, so I'm stuck, and I gotta take it out and get it boxed up and sent in. And I haven't had time to do that. I've been so busy. No, because I mean, I was sitting. I mean, it was right there when I was at, and I don't leave it plugged in unless I'm working on it. So it's got a brand new power supply. It's an 850 watt. Uh, it's a Corsair, I think it is. It's one of the good ones. I mean, it's made for this board. Um, so yeah, I guess it could be a power supply. It doesn't act like it. It acts like there's something goofy on the board. Um, I thought maybe it might be a processor or something like that, but it won't even post. So I'm gonna take it out and send it to them, and they'll probably come back and tell me, well, there ain't nothing wrong with it, and then I'm back to square one trying to figure out what is wrong with it. Um, so um, yeah, my laptop that we were using for the TV in the living room, since my living room TV won't do YouTube TV, it doesn't have an app on it. I have to use the laptop and just do an HDMI cable in between the laptop and deal. But the computer got to the point where it wouldn't stay connected and wouldn't do the display. So uh, I had to put my editing computer up there so we could watch TV, and of course it works like a charm. Um, and now I can't get it back. His wife wants to watch TV, so yeah. So that one laptop that I was using at work was a Lenovo, and it died. So I found my old Dell Vostro 1520 that I had and did a memory upgrade on it because of what I do. And most it'll take is 8 gig because the memory's so old. Um, and it works like champ. So I've been using that at work. Hey, man, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Um, but yeah, so I put my editing computer up there so we could watch TV in the living room, and pulled the laptop, and I ordered some new memory for that laptop. So hopefully the memory upgrade on it will make it work better, and so we can keep using it, and so I can buy some time until I can get this other computer up and going. I got too many computer problems going on along with everything else. So anyway, what was that last comment? Yeah, dark winter. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm just like everybody up. This inflation's kicking my butt. Just going to the grocery store is just stupid. Hey, Mark, thanks for stopping in. Things are better, yeah. Things are better after Friday night. That's for sure. Man, I was a mess. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of it has to do with stress and everything else. Was got so many other things I'm stressing about. I'm in the middle of working. What? $69. The hell, that's cheaper than what I paid for my subscription. I got Office 365, and I could have sworn mine was more like $99. Um, because it was a renewal. But I mean, I use Word and Excel all the time here at the house, so I mean, I kind of got to have it, which kind of sucks. But and anyway, um, there's some workarounds for that new Windows 11. If you didn't know that, if you're trying to convert to it, they want you to buy a new computer that has these certain characteristics that'll make everything work. And I've seen a couple of guys out there with workarounds for it. So when I bought the license for Windows 10 Pro on the new one, um, yeah, Stephen, mine's 365 that goes on all my computers. I got like 6 different computers, I think, that have got uh, Office on it. So I use all of them. So it works pretty good. But anyway, so yeah, speaking, like I said, back to the inflation thing. I I don't get how these politicians think that it's all hunky dory, and I think it's just a load of malarkey. Um, the little guys, people like you and I, the blue collar workers are really suffering because it's hitting us the hardest. Most of us live, quote unquote, beyond paycheck to paycheck, and it makes it tough. It really does. And I'm sure a lot of our employers aren't matching raises with the rate of inflation. So um, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I feel, unfortunately. I mean, we've already seen the start of something good, over those last two races on the coast there, but uh, still got a long way to go. Anyway, uh, yeah, since there's more of you here, I'll show you again what I'm working on. What I've been recording videos for. LibreOffice is free Microsoft Office alternative. Yeah, and there's something like another one that's available that I think a lot of Linux users, if I remember right, there was something for Linux that was the same way. I can't remember what they called it, but their Office program was free to use too, and I think it was backwards compatible with Windows. But anyway, so here I'm gonna flip this around. When I'm working on video here, this is a transfer case that a buddy of mine brought. This is a 246 new process. Piece of prices of the house. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's probably for nothing exciting, I'm sure. Best year for Suburbans. That's a good one. Personally, my favorite years of the Suburbans are going to be the probably around the 01 to 06, in my opinion. I like that body style. It was before they started using displacement on demand. So you didn't have a lot of lifter problems with those. And you could get those in 3/4 tons. You could get them with an 8100 in it or a 6 liter on a 3/4 ton. I think they looked better. The other ones I like, of course, I like the old square body ones too. Even the early ones like let's see. They made the square body up until 91, I think it was. The old square body. And then in 92 they converted to new square body. But the advantages of the later model ones, like I said, from the 01 to 06, they had disc brakes on them all the way around, whereas up until the 2099, 99 to 91 were drum brake rear ends, and they had a lot of problems with the brakes on those. Anyway, all right, I lost a couple of you. I'm going to flip you around again. All right, so again, this is a 246 that I've been working on. As you can see, it's pretty bad shape. This thing didn't have a drop of oil in it. And funny enough, the rear case half doesn't have any holes in it, which, as well as I do, the GM transfer cases were good about holes around the pump area. But this one, as you can see, is full of crap. Mud and everything else. You can see that pinion gear's gone. And it pushed the ring gear out of the top. You got that one down there. Sorry about the tech and HD. So I got to get the input shaft out of this one. Hopefully it's still good. What else? Well, that behind me is for another video. I'll be doing that one live. Well, not live, but I'll do a video on it too. That one's another 4L60 with no 3/4. So we'll find out what's going on with it. But oh goodness, excuse me. Oh, one thing about live, you can't cut them out. So yeah, that's about what's going on with me right now. Like I said, it's still working on recording videos, just don't have any way to get them off and get them edited right now. So, but I appreciate all the subscribers that have stuck around, that's for sure. And my subscriber count keeps going up, so I can't ask for anything more than that. I really appreciate it. I'm not real good at getting the word out that I'm doing these live streams either. Excuse me. So that doesn't help any either, but I do what I can, that's for sure. I hope to be able to get a video out here before too long. Anywho, I've had a couple of good questions that popped up here lately. Asking me about now one of them is my GM cluster diagnosis. That video is done surprisingly well. Basically asked if I was still doing it. Yeah, I'm still doing it. In fact, at work right now, I got the unfortunate task of messing with a 19 Corvette. And I'm going to tell you guys, I do not like working on those cars. They are just a pain in the butt. And believe it or not, this one, I got to pull it out, pull the transmission apart. It's got a 7-speed Tremec in it. I got to pull the transmission apart and put synchronizers in it. Oh, joy. Guy was complaining of, excuse me, hard to shift on 1-2 and 2-3. And I drove it, and sure enough, once the thing gets warmed up, it's tough to shift. Which usually means somehow the synchronizers got burnt up, or there's too much clearance in the synchronizer, one of the two. But so this is the first manual transmission I've had to do at this dealership. I've done them before, but not here. You just don't find many of them, and you definitely don't find many manuals anymore, especially in a Corvette. You know, down here a lot of people buy them. They get the 8-speed, which 8-speed's been proven to be a pretty good transmission. But there is something about, sorry guys, so there's something about driving a manual in a sports car. It's just a lot of fun. Even with my big ass in there, I can hardly get in I can get in and out of it, but you know, once I'm in there, I'm sandwiched in there. I got a door panel on one side and console on the other, and there ain't no room in between. So, as long as the door holds, I'm not going anywhere. That's for sure. So enough about me. How about you guys? How was your Thanksgiving? You guys ready for Christmas? That's just around the corner. Something going on next door. Did I lose all of you? Oh, huh. For some reason, the messages weren't popping up. Everything, but the last one of those I actually did at my house that we had up in Missouri. I was so happy to have the whole family out there, and it was just great because I had a great big dining room table. Everybody was around it, just laughing, having a good time, and it was so rewarding to me. I loved it. And this house that we had was, built in '72, and they didn't change a whole lot of stuff on it, so it still had the old house vibe to it. It was great. I loved it. And these people that bought the place, they completely gutted the inside of this house because they wanted to open up and make it a vaulted ceiling, and to me it just ruined the feel of the house. The house had a good feel in it, good bones. Uh, yeah, it was old. It could use some updating, but that was what I liked about it. In fact, the entryway of this house had some hand laid, uh, kind of a green Spanish tile. It was beautiful tile. Had the hand laid grout in between it. It was a good solid floor, and we painted the walls. The whole house was painted eggshell white, which that annoys the crap out of me. I like color, but we painted it kind of a light tan in the hallway. The whole front room, which would be, I guess, the you'd call it the living room, um, the same color, and then in the dining room area, which was in that same front room, we uh, um, we painted it like a rose color on the bottom and put a chair rail around it. It was just beautiful. I loved it. Am I buffering? Well, I am outside. I'm trying not to, but ready for not here it comes. Yeah. Yep. Christmas is right around the corner. I don't even know if we're gonna have a Christmas party this year up at the dealership. I mean, we usually do. I'm sorry if I'm buffering. I am out in the shop. It's still active on my end, so I'm assuming that we're good. Um, anyway, wife was in there. Excuse me. Wife was in there watching the Steelers game, and I didn't want to take her away from that. Although my boys weren't doing so hot, they've been having kind of a rough year. I've been Pittsburgh Steelers fan ever since I was a boy. Even though I grew up in Kansas City, and I'm still a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Pittsburgh was my team, so I watched them quite a bit. I just didn't watch it today. I just been trying to get things done. Like I said, it threw me off when I slept as long as I did this morning, so I got a late start getting everything rolling. And went to the store and spent money I didn't need, didn't have. And you can't buy any red meat hardly at all. The prices are just astronomical. I don't know how these people are doing it, but anywho, man, can't quit yawning. But yeah, uh, I am recording videos, guys. So whenever I start getting around to releasing them, I'll try to keep going right at it. I've just been so busy with everything going on, I haven't had a chance. So I apologize for that. You guys deserve better, but I do what I can. Oh, there's another one. Well, there's Jerry Morgan. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Wife works meat market. Says prices are crazy and supply is low. Yeah. That's what I've been seeing. Yeah, I got some shoot, I've been buying pork here lately. I bought some pork blade steaks. They were on sale. They were buy one get one free, which that's a pretty good deal when you buy them that way. They weren't unreasonably priced. And then I bought a couple of pork shoulder. Find proof that I had a heart. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I bought some pork shoulder roast, which they're great to smoke or if you can slow cook them in the oven or something like that. They turn out really good. And I bought some more boneless chicken breast. That's the only thing that's halfway reasonable. It's just ridiculous right now. So back to your old self. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, I appreciate that, Jerry. I appreciate you recommending. That's great. Did I miss if you answered my question about your cab? Any news on what you're going to start that job? Uh, you may have, uh, Stephen. I told the guy to hold off on the cab for a little bit until we do anything because I'm not really ready for it just yet. Um, I got some other things I got to get accomplished. Plus, he called me. The guy that the guy that owns this transfer case behind me here is the same guy that's got the cab and his other pickup that he drives, this 1500 HD. Uh, the transfer case blew up in it, which is this one that's behind me, and so he asked if I'd fix his transfer case, which that one's not fixable. So he got another one that's down there on the floor, and it's for a 1500 regular. It's not an HD. The 1500 HD has a 4L80 in front of it, whereas the 1500 regular's just got a 4L60E in it. What was that about? And yet the price of beef that the farmer gets. Interesting. Well, not too surprising, nonetheless. Um, by the way, if I'm squinting a lot, that's because I can't see. I can see long distances, but it's tough to read what's on the screen there. I had to get some new glasses. Um, this old fart eyesight's getting a little bad. I had some, but it got to the point where I couldn't see out of those either. So I had to order some new ones and ordered some new regular glasses. And believe it or not, I bought some Oakley prescription sunglasses. God, I hope I don't lose them damn things. They were expensive. But anyway, Pittsburgh won. Holy crap. My boys won the game. They were looking pretty crappy. Sweet. That's awesome. Um, so yeah, I guess one pair's in and I got to go get them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you look at some of those if you look at the beef or something like that on deal, usually when they got them as a buy one get one or a quick sale or something like that, that means the beef's about ready to expire, which is fine for me because I mean half the time I just take it home and I vacuum pack it and freeze it and it's fine, you know, and it'll last a long time. But I don't. I think I got 1 pound of ground beef left in the freezer and that's it. The rest of it's basically poultry, and I can't I can't afford to buy any red meat. I've got some steaks, but I can't afford to buy any ground beef or anything like that. I'm not paying $5.50, $6 a pound for ground beef or ground chuck for that matter. That's just stupid. Um, you know, and then our illustrious uh, commander in chief thinks that releasing oil from the strategic oil reserves is the smart thing to do. Kansas City to Kansas City to Denver, April before. Hey Jerry, you take care too. I understand that. I mean, when it gets too cold out here, I have to put a space heater in because I still haven't got my furnace and all put together. Um, hasn't been big on the agenda right now. I'm just trying to survive at the moment. Bye, buddy. Hey, I appreciate you being a subscriber, and I do watch your stuff from you send me on Messenger too. So don't think I don't pay attention to it. A lot of times I just don't have time to respond to everything. That sounds like my neighbor going by. God bless you too, Jerry. You take care of yourself. But yeah, oh, it's amazing what some good medicine and a good night's sleep will do for a guy. I don't, you know, I think I've just been burning the candle at both ends and just got myself run down. I need to get my butt to bed at a normal time and try to get, you know, a good 8 hours of sleep. I've been so busy that it's tough to do that. But I think it's been taking a mental strain on me too. So, of course, I know it's probably what 7 or so. I don't know what time it is. I don't have a clock in here. So I've been doing this about an hour, and it was 7 o'clock. So it's probably getting close to 8 o'clock. I think Chiefs game's on here in just a little bit. But I definitely wanted to get out here on YouTube land, let y'all know I'm still here, still live and breathing. I didn't forget about you. Yep, that means it's 8 o'clock here. Up in PA, home of Street Speed 717 on YouTube and a bunch of other ones. A bunch of subscribers that I watch are in PA. You know, it's funny. Ever since they came up with the RPM Act and how the EPA was cracking down on all these shops and people and stuff for these hot rods, the automotive modification industry, so to speak, or for what they're doing on YouTube, has grown pretty silent, and I mean real silent, and within good reason. Nobody wants to get their shit taken away. Um, you know, it makes you think twice about what you want to show on YouTube because it just makes you a target. Um, you know, I basically do transmissions, and I've got I've got stuff on the donor and that you know that's going in Scarlet, and it's all going to be emissions legal. So I mean, I'm not worried about it on my end. Just anymore, the older I get, I don't like a stinky car. So, I mean, I don't mind having the catalytic converters on it and, the emissions devices, whatever they're supposed to be, and they don't hinder it that much. Um, even if it did, hindering a little bit's better than having your stuff taken away from you or getting a great big huge fine. Um, as long as everything's in place and it works. Um, it's kind of funny. LSX Matt is one of them that I watch too, and he hasn't been putting a whole lot out there either. Of course, it's wintertime up there in New Jersey, or he's up in New York. It's wintertime up there, so outdoor activities is not as prevalent. And he's got Tahiti, the Tahoe that he's got. So he's been working on that, but I don't see as much from him as I used to. So, yeah, as far as modifications to make a car faster and stuff like that, we do the same, Mark. I appreciate you staying by or stopping by. If I can get my tongue to work, I appreciate it. You take care of yourself also, and hopefully we'll get back on a normal basis and do one next week. Yeah, but there is a. I'll see you later, Mark. Title it has a classic. We're good on the missions. Well, I don't know because I mean, it has to be older than 1974, and that's why a lot of these hot rodders are buying these older cars and older trucks for that particular reason, because they don't have to conform to the emissions deal. And they can do just about anything they want. Uh, so if you decide to modify a newer car, it needs to meet the specifications. It can't be turned into a race car uh, and taken off, and that's where the EPA is kind of overstepping. Everybody thinks my road out here is a racetrack. I don't know if you can hear that. That cracks me up. It just echoes. Yeah, it echoes off the trees out here, and the road out in front of my house is a highway. And it's as straight as an arrow for a good 4 or 5 miles. It comes out of town and around the corner, and once you get around the corner, it's nothing but straight highway for a good 4 or 5 miles. And this time of night, when the bikes are out, as soon as they round the corner, they're on the throttle and just blaring down the road. Even the Harley guys do it. So really interesting. You're right. 74 and older, you don't have to smog it because they didn't have. Well, I think it was 73 actually. 74 was the first year they started using converters. Uh, but yeah, anything earlier than that, you don't have to. Um, that's why, like I said, that's why you see a lot more of the classics out there working, which I'd love to have one, but I already got a problem down here right now where I don't have anywhere to put this stuff under, protect it, because like I said, the sun down here just beats the crap out of everything. Uh, my poor Bertha, my pickup, is just falling apart. And like I said, I got to get after this cab here before too long. But I'm trying to wait to find out what they're going to do with my camper, and it needs to have a. I need to have some sort of roof over it. I'd love to have a roof over uh, the rest of the cars that I work. I'd just like to have a shop that I can put everything in and not have to worry about the sun just beating it to death. I told the wife her little Toyota is going to stay. It's on the other side of this wall right here, and it's part of the patio, but it's also kind of like a lean-to. And I told her, I says, that's where you're going to keep that truck because it needs to stay out of the sun. I've got a garage on the house, but right now it's full of garage sale stuff. And then usually we put the Honda in there to try to keep it nice. And of course, it's got tree sap and everything else all over it again, and I need to wash it. But I haven't had time to run another garage sale. I got 3 great computers that need a good home, but nobody wants to give anything for them. They just want you to give it to them, and I'm not going to do that. I can't give stuff away. I can't. Sometimes it just takes the right buyer at the right time. So I'm going to run them at the. Yeah, it does. It really does. Thank God it's not extremely warm out here. We'd be in trouble. But I got a stupid cedar tree that's right there next to the driveway, and it craps tree sap like nobody's business. So I just didn't get it done today. There's only so much of me to go around anymore. Well, there's plenty of me to go around, but take a shot at myself. Anywho, well, I think I'm going to call it a night, y'all. I really appreciate whoever stopped by and visited, and I greatly appreciate y'all hanging with me, even though I haven't been posting anything uh, right closely here lately. Hopefully everything will work out and I can get that other server board back off to Supermicro and see if they can fix her up and get back to editing some videos. I'm going to figure out something. But Terry, thanks for stopping in. Steven, thank you so much for stopping in again. I appreciate y'all a whole bunch. Y'all take care of yourself. Take care of each other. God bless you, and God bless America. We'll see y'all next time.